Patrick Mahomes. Oh, not that Patrick Mahomes. I'm talking about his father, Patrick Mahomes Sr. My goodness, talk about drama within the Mahomes family. Just when you think the storylines of the Mahomes family stop, they don't. Why? Because Patrick Mahomes Sr. got himself arrested for a DWI a week before the Super Bowl happened for the Chiefs. That's why. This is Sports Guy talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about Patrick Mahomes Sr. getting arrested for a DWI charge, as it is now his third offense. The Mahomes family has been in the spotlight for only 6 NFL seasons, yet it feels like they have been in the spotlight for an entire generation. These stories just continue to get crazier by the years in the Mahomes family. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So here it is. How embarrassed should Patrick Mahomes be with his own father? On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to rate it as a 9. The only reason why it does not get higher than a 9 for me is because that is not even the most embarrassing incident the Mahomes family has managed to pull off. This is not even the first time that Patrick Mahomes' dad managed to get himself busted up for a DWI. If you guys don't know what DWI is, it is driving while under the influence. In other words, Patrick Mahomes' dad drove drunk on the freeway, which is where he was caught in Texas, which is pretty shameful. It's about as selfish as you can get, particularly with a family that has as much money as Patrick Mahomes. If you are that drunk, call an Uber, call a taxi, call whatever you need to get in order to get home. You cannot drive when you are drunk, and driving while you're drunk is about as selfish as you can get, because they can end up getting seriously injured, or worse, they might end up dying if they end up getting crashed into, all because you didn't want to call an Uber and you wanted to drive drunk. And you see the outfit that I'm wearing right now, I'm wearing some prison clothes right here. That's why I'm wearing them stripes, because that's what Patrick Mahomes' dad just got himself into. Now he's a prisoner. Now he just got himself arrested, and that's why I'm wearing prison clothes right now. So I'm using this for crop purposes. But if you want to talk about the embarrassment around the Mahomes family, I mean, it is a laundry list of things that is going on around the family. Holy cow. You want to talk about his own brother, Jackson Mahomes, aka Jackie Mahomes. I call him Jackie Mahomes because of the fact that he wants to act like a woman so much, and because of the fact that he tries to do all those foo-foo dancings, and the fact that he tries to post everything on TikTok. He tries to act like a social media influencer, and he is an attention seeker that seriously needs a lot of help. If you guys remember what happened to Jackson Mahomes last year, he got charged for a sexual assault battery thing where he allegedly attacked this bartender in Kansas City. It was pretty bad all around. If he was not the brother of Patrick Mahomes, he probably would have been locked up in prison. He probably would have had to register as a sex offender and everything like that. But hey, look at Jackson Mahomes now. Now he's not as publicized as he was in past seasons. Of course, now the Kansas City Chiefs, they're now publicized by the Taylor Swift influence. But before Taylor Swift existed, there was Jackson Mahomes, and he was extremely obnoxious during Chiefs games. Nobody like Jackson Mahomes outside of beta males and woke women. And obviously, he was a huge embarrassing failure to the Mahomes family. He was even more embarrassing than his own father. If you compare Patrick Mahomes' dad to his own brother or to other family members, you know, Patrick Mahomes' dad is actually pretty credible compared to those other people. And that's saying something, considering the fact that this is his third DWI. If you get a DWI once, that's already pretty bad. But if you get it 2 or 3 times, holy cow, you got a serious problem with alcohol. And then, of course, I want to talk about his wife, Brittany Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' wife. His wife is extremely obnoxious. Brittany Mahomes goes to every Chiefs game and she tries to steal all the attention away from Patrick Mahomes, and she's constantly posting on social media, and she's an attention seeker. And obviously, NFL fans aren't down for that. Heck, I'm not even down for that myself. I find Brittany Mahomes to be obnoxious. I find her to be insufferable. And quite frankly, I don't like the attention that Brittany Mahomes brings to the game of football, because the game of football should be about the actual sport, not about the wife of quarterbacks. And Brittany Mahomes does not do a good job staying in the background. Let me go ahead and use Peyton Manning as an example. Peyton Manning was a phenomenal player in the NFL. He was the face of the NFL. But how often did you hear Peyton Manning's wife? Never. That's the amount of answers. I know somebody's going to say, oh, what about Giselle? We heard Tom Brady's wife all the time. But that's different, because Tom Brady's wife was a celebrity. Tom Brady's wife was an actual famous person. Brittany Mahomes is not actually famous. She is someone who wants to be famous, but not actually famous whatsoever. She is a nobody without Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes didn't marry her, nobody would care about Brittany Mahomes. I'm sorry, but that's just the flat out truth. And if you don't like to hear it, well, oh well, because that's just speaking facts. And I don't know how to say it any other nicer way. I mean, of course, you've got the mother of Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying that she's obnoxious. She's actually been pretty good, but his mother is out there in the background. The fact that I even know who his mother is openly, that is a problem in and of itself, because I should not be memorizing family members unless if I am a fanboy of that quarterback. Last time I checked, I am not a fanboy of Patrick Mahomes. I am a fan of Patrick Mahomes, but I'm not a fanboy of Patrick Mahomes. I'll tell you who I'm a fanboy of. I'm a fanboy of Peyton Manning, but even I couldn't tell you who his own mother was from the top of my head. I'd probably have to search it up on Google in order to tell who Peyton Manning's mom was. Obviously, you look at how the Mahomes family, they're extremely high maintenance and they've been in the spotlight a ton. And look, his family members have got to understand one thing. They're not actually the stars of the game. Come on, man. Let Patrick Mahomes do all the talking for you. All you gotta do is stay in the back seat and let Patrick Mahomes take all the spotlight. Why do you always want to take the spotlight away from Patrick Mahomes? And if I'm Patrick Mahomes, I'm gonna get sick of my family members, because for all this to happen is extremely shameful. Now, do I think this is going to be a distraction for Patrick Mahomes come Super Bowl Sunday? I don't think it's going to be. Patrick Mahomes is one of the greatest players to have ever stepped foot on an NFL field. If you don't like my answer, oh well, because Patrick Mahomes is a likable dude, believe it or not. I actually like Patrick Mahomes. I don't like his family members, but I like Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback, and I also somewhat like Patrick Mahomes as the person, because he is a good dude and he seems to keep his head straight and not get himself in trouble with the law or do anything obnoxiously stupid like Jackson Mahomes, aka Jackie Mahomes, or his wife Brittany Mahomes, who tries to say we all the time as if she was actually a football player on the football field. I mean, come on. Patrick Mahomes' wife, she needs to get herself in check, or else a lot of people are going to have problems with her in general. I mean, look at Drew Brees for an example, right? Drew Brees was a phenomenal player for the New Orleans Saints. I hate saying that as a Carolina Panthers fan, but Drew Brees was a phenomenal player, obviously, and you look at how you never heard his wife whatsoever. His wife stayed in the background. Obviously, Brittany Mahomes has not adjusted to that role good enough. So obviously, Patrick Mahomes should be extremely embarrassed about that, because his family members just continue to make the headlines for the wrong reasons. But I want to go back to talking about his dad, Patrick Mahomes Sr. Look, man, you cannot keep getting busted up for DWIs, because if you keep getting busted up, it's pretty clear you have addiction to alcohol. You look at how this guy has a huge problem with alcohol in the past. He's already been arrested before for this kind of behavior. The second time that he got arrested was in 2019. He got arrested during that time and he had to serve a sentence during the off season, and obviously it was not a good crime whatsoever. And we don't know when the first DWI happened, but who the heck cares? If you're getting that many DWIs, you got an issue. You are driving while under the influence. That is even worse than a DUI, because if you were driving under the influence, okay, that would be one thing. That's still really bad in and of itself, but at least you've let alcohol pass you by for some time. But if you're drinking while under the influence, yeah, that's a huge problem, because that means you're drinking alcohol while driving. Dude, all in Uber. You're a 53-year-old man, for goodness sake. You're not a 23-year-old guy. Now, if a 23-year-old guy was acting stupid like that, that's one thing. It's still pretty bad, but I could at least understand. But you're a 53-year-old man with grown children, or at least supposedly grown children in the case of Jackson Mahomes, because the man is a man-child, if he's even a man. I don't even know if I could even call him an actual man. But anyways, though, Patrick Mahomes' dad, you've got to be able to call an Uber, call a taxi, call whoever to bring you home. There should be a designated driver when you're getting drunk. And obviously, you can tell that he has problems with alcohol, and he's probably had problems with alcohol because he's probably sick of all the spotlight of the Mahomes family, not necessarily Patrick Mahomes, but the people around Patrick Mahomes. And obviously, his dad is probably feeling very bothered by that, which is why he keeps diving into alcohol. This man needs to be put in rehab. This guy needs to be locked up in a facility, but that's not going to happen because Patrick Mahomes' dad is going to get bail from his son, and so Patrick Mahomes' dad is probably going to be able to watch the Super Bowl. I doubt he's going to actually serve any jail time. He'll be able to watch the Super Bowl, and he's not going to learn his lesson. But that's a major problem for Patrick Mahomes' dad to keep getting busted with alcohol. And there seems to be a conception out there that alcoholics are people who drink alcohol every day. I don't consider that to be a true alcoholic. That means the situation has gotten too severe. If you're an alcoholic, that means that you're letting alcohol consume over important parts of your life. And obviously, alcohol has taken over Patrick Mahomes' dad's life, because this is a major problem. This behavior needs to stop. I hate people who use DUIs and get DWIs, because that is about as selfish of a crime as you can get. If you want to get drunk, call an Uber. It's that simple. You don't have to drive while under the influence, because you could kill somebody else. Now, if you want to screw yourself over, that's one thing, but screwing over another person that had nothing to do with your problems, yeah, that is a huge issue in and of itself. Thank goodness Patrick Mahomes' dad didn't kill anybody while driving under the influence, because that would have been a major problem if that happened. If that happened, you could have assumed that guy would have been locked up for an extremely long time, and that would not have been a good sign. But that's why I'm wearing these prison clothes, because I want to send a message to everybody that this is not okay, and that this is what happens when you get yourself involved in these kind of things. That's why I'm trashing Patrick Mahomes' dad. He should be embarrassed by his own father. I know I would be if my own father got busted up for a DWI. It's not a good look whatsoever. So that is why Patrick Mahomes should be extremely embarrassed by his own father, as he committed a very stupid crime in and of itself. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking. Like the video and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That will be for the @Dustin Tran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @Dustin Tran and that Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @Dustin Tran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.